Hello. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This video is under reserve and is under the spirit of the universal mind. I go by the one given name Richard from the Staley family, and I'm just here to tell you a bit about truths on the world here. Disclaimer, this is not legal advice or financial advice. If you want legal or financial advice, please seek competent attorneys or CPAs. This is just for educational purposes only. A little bit about the truths and lies, the principles. But before I say anything else, I need to warn you that if you are content in being uninformed and you like the status quo, then turn off this video right now, because once you learn the truth, you cannot unlearn it. Okay? So fair warning. The truth will make you feel energized, will make you feel light, will set you free, and will empower you, while a lie or lies will feel heavy, will drain you, and will drain your energies, and you will have to cover up with more lies for the rest of your life. And until for a little bit, when you tell lies, they could set you free, but for the rest of your life, it will consume your soul until you live the truth. So, one of the things that you need to keep in mind is never believe anything anyone has to say until you're able to do research and prove yourself through many sources. Okay. All of their claims that is true. Without the research and fact gathering process, you will never know the truth. It's like believing the blind. I mean, blind belief in somebody is like, the blind leading the blind, So you gotta make it your own. So whatever somebody claims, go and look at other sources of information. Okay? And so it will either prove what they claim is true or false. That's it. Okay. So today I'm just going to show you the door. It is your choice to walk through the door and experience the truth. And the only way you will go through the door is to prove to yourself what I'm, claiming is the truth or is the falsehood. All right. We're going to talk about financial institutions and banking. Okay. I claim that all mortgages are fraud by the financial and banking institutions. All mortgages. Okay? First, when you go to a financial institution, you usually you deal with a local company. Let's call our company ABC Company. Okay? There we go. ABC. Okay. So after you have filled out the loan application and you sign those papers, then that's the first line of financial transactions that take place without your knowledge or consent. It's a long story. Don't take my word for it. The information's out there. Then after you have chosen your new property or home to purchase, the closing date comes about and you go to an attorney's office. Okay? They have prepared all the documents. You haven't had a hand in it at all. Alright? And they're designed to handle those type of transactions, So the first thing that you sign is the promissory note. Okay? So let's say it is for $100,000. Okay? Most people read it lightly and never object to anything written on it. We'll get back to that in a moment. But once you sign that document, the second you sign it, it became worth whatever, say $100,000. Before that, it didn't have no value whatsoever. And then you handed it to them. They didn't give you nothing back for it. It was called consideration. So, right there in itself, they owe you the money for the document that you just handed them, because it needs to be an exchange, and there was no exchange. But then you might say, oh, he gave me the keys to the house. It's just a byproduct of the transaction. It's like when you go to the store and buy some food. You get the food, you give them cash, or you sign a credit card receipt, then they give you a receipt. That's your exchange. The food is there, it's just a byproduct of a transaction, that's it. There's much more to that, but let's continue. Alrighty. So, you just give them $100,000 and they haven't given you anything of value for it. Okay. By the way, this contract only has your signature on it. And usually a contract is between two parties. So you see two signatures. ABC company and you. Isn't that funny? That's called a unilateral contract if it's just one signature. And it's called a regular contract when there's two. But there's a reason why you don't see their signature on the contract. It's because they don't want to have the liability. Because once they sign it, they're liable. They need to do what it says on that contract. Which, by the way, it never happens. You'll see in a second. Okay. So, now back to the note. When you read it, you just skimmed over it. But in fact, if you truly take a good look at it, every word it says that you have received in past tense the loan. When in fact, they never give you anything for the document. And second, they're supposed to give you the loan because that's what it says on the document, and they never did. Not a single penny went from that company to you. None. Not a check was issued to you. Nothing. Okay? Okay. So, there you can see the fraud. Okay? Alrighty. Now, either hours after that transaction or days maximum, this ABC company would usually sell it to a bigger company. Okay? Just throwing names here. Say Chase, Bank of America, Citibank, you know, the big banking institutions. Okay? We're going to call them the XYZ company. Okay? So this company sells it to the XYZ company. It gets transferred with an allonge. Okay? It's transferring title to the company. When that happens, these people got paid in full. The ABC company got paid in full. Once that happened, you truly don't owe nothing. But the second that you put your signature on the note, it got paid. The second it was there, it got paid with your signature. That's how it got paid. Most people do not understand that because you gave it value. They are funding this with your promissory note. And it's about to be 10 minutes, so I'm going to have to cut this. We'll see you in the next one.